Hi, my name is Rickson and thank you for tuning in to Alvorit and welcome to the first Creative Arts episode. And today we're going to be creating this professional business card using CorelDraw X7. So let's get to it. Okay, so to create our business card, the first thing that we'd like to do is to create a new document. So I'll go to File and then New, and we'll just name this one Medi, and then the preset destination we'll leave it to custom. The size, you like to change that one to business card. So if it's on A4, just go ahead and click on the drop down menu and then make sure you have business card selected, and then the width and the height will be set for you automatically. And on the units here, you can change it to any units that you prefer working with. I personally prefer using pixels, so I'll just click on the drop down menu and then select pixels, and then the orientation will be on landscape. That's what we want. The number of pages will be 1. If it's not, just set it to 1, and then the primary color mode will be RGB, and rendering resolution will be 300 dpi, and then we just click OK. So we can now get started, but unfortunately we can't see our workspace because of the magnification of the document. So to fix that, I'll just go ahead and select my zoom tool, and then I'll just click on this option here which says zoom to page, or you can simply use Shift plus F4 on your keyboard, and then you can now see your workspace. So the first thing that I would like to do is to create a rectangle that covers this space. So I'll just double click on this icon, and then I have this, and I think I'll change the outline to hairline because I think that is too thick and that one looks much better. So after doing now, the first thing that I like to do is to create guidelines. So I'll just use my rulers for guidelines. If you don't have rulers here, you can simply go to view and then make sure you have rulers checked here, and then you'll be good to go. So I'm just gonna create first of all, let me think. I think I'll use the horizontal one and then just drag it to the center, and then again I'll use the vertical one and then drag it again to the center. So now I have two main guidelines that I like to use. So let me see. Okay, so on this side we have 5 entries that we need to enter. I mean the details that we need to include on our business card. So we need to include we need to add the email, the link for the Facebook, the phone number and stuff like that. So we have 5 entries that we need to enter here, and then on the right side we just have the name and the position. So we're gonna start with this side. So what I would like to do now is to, I'll just go ahead and grab my rectangle tool, and what I would like to do now is to create a square. So I'll just hold Control and then just click once and then start drawing. So I'll just try and find a size that is okay. I think that one looks good, so I think we'll just go with that. So I'll just drag this one again and just put it there. So what I like to change again is the outline to hairline. So in fact, let me not use rulers for this because I think they will just make life a bit harder for me. I'll just go ahead and use the freehand tool. So to draw a straight line with the freehand tool, just click once and then just hold Control on your keyboard and then just move the other point and then just click again. So I think that looks nice. So I'll just move that one again to the center of my document, and that's okay. And I'll change the outline to hairline. So now I want the vertical one, so I'll just copy that one with Control C and then Control V to paste, and then on the angle here I'll just go ahead and rotate that with 90 degrees and it will be pointing up. I don't know if you guys can see that because of this. First of all, let me remove the ruler, so just go ahead and delete that. Okay, there you go. So we can just push this guy again back to the center. So I'm just gonna use these ones as guidelines instead of the rulers, but I think I'll just mix them both. So now that I have my my square here, I can just drag it here. I think that's a good position. So I'm just judging, and I would like to create a ruler there that will just help me position these guys, and again another one here. And now this is my square, so I'll just go ahead and give it this color. I'll just fill it with this color for now so that you guys can see that. So since I have 5 entries, I need to have 2 more boxes here and then 2 more up here. So all of them will give us 5 entries. So I'll just start with the bottom ones, but before I do that, I need to find a way to judge the spacing between one box and the other one. So to do that, again, I like to use the rectangle tool. So I'll just go ahead and create something that looks like this. I think that's good spacing. Change that one again to hairline. That's the outline color. And after doing that, we'll just go ahead and click on this node here. So if you move your mouse to the node that will be here, the middle point node, you should see something that looks like a cross. So I'll just go ahead and grab that node and then just move it to this box. As you can see, it will actually go where the other node for the square is, and it will just snap there. So if we have that, then you're good to go. So again, I'll just go ahead and duplicate this one, Control C to copy, Control V to paste, and I'll just move it here so that you can see. Again, grab on the node here and then just move it again here. It will snap again there. And since I need two again, I need to move this guy. I'll just be using that one. I won't copy that. Move it here, snap it there, Control C to copy that, Control V to paste it, and we can just go ahead and put it here again. It will snap. So now that I have the bottom ones, I just have to go to the top. So again, I'll click on the node, put it here, click on this one, copy V, and then just go ahead and put it there. Okay, and I'll just repeat the same process till I have 5 of them. So I'll just go ahead and do the same thing, Control C, Control V, and we can just put it there. So I'll just go ahead and maybe I'll need this later on, so I'll just put it here. So now that I have this, this is my 5. This will act as my my entry points for the details that we need. So this we have the icons, like for Skype we have that Skype icon in there and stuff like that. So we're gonna change the colors later on. So what we need to do now, because of that reflection that we have, that 3D effect that we're trying to get, we're just gonna play around with this for a while. So what I would like to do now is to take my shape tool. So just go ahead and do that. So for the first box here, I'll just convert that to curves. And what I want to do now is to create a node here by double clicking on the line, as you can see. So I have this one maintaining the overall shape, and after doing that, I'll just drag this one to that point until it snaps again to the node of the overall rectangle that we created, the first one that we created. Then I'll be good to go. And I'll do the same thing for the bottom one, convert to curves again, create another node, just drag it until it snaps. Okay, so after that, again, what I want to do now is to try and make this guy here come. I want to create another node so that I can put it somewhere here. But what I want to achieve, actually what I want to get here, is that this length of this part here will be equal to this line, so that we have a uniform shape there. So to do that, I'll just go ahead and we can just simply duplicate again one of these squares that we haven't played around with. So I'll just put it here, and I'll just change this one maybe to green so that you guys can see what we're using it. And I'll grab the top corner node there, just put it there. So what I want to do now is to force the node at the bottom of this shape here to snap with this one, so that will just create the perfect spacing that we're trying to get. So I'll just zoom in a bit and then just drag it there, and then it will snap. So what I did is I dragged this node here so that it will snap to that one, and then we'll be good to go. So what I want to do now is I'll just go ahead and do the same for the bottom one. So first things first, grab on the node till it snaps at the corner, take my shape tool and go to the bottom shape here, just go ahead and create another node, put it there until it snaps, and then we'll be good to go. So now we just want to repeat the same process for these guys, but what we want to maintain again is the spacing between these two. So I knew I'll need this guy, so just go ahead and grab again the node here and then just put it there. So this means that the node that I'll create for this one, just like what I did with the top one, with the top this shape here on top, is the same thing that I want to achieve with this one. But the node that I'll create on this one, it should snap to the bottom node of this shape there that we're using as spacing. So first things first is to convert this object here to curves. So I'll just do that by clicking there, and you can also just right click and then go where it says, okay, I'll just select another shape that haven't been converted, right click on it and then go where it says convert to curves, and then you'll be good to go. So now that we have converted this to curves, I'll just create again another node by double clicking, and we'll just drag it again to that point till it snaps. And the same thing again that we did, we'll just go ahead and move this guy, grab the node and then put it there till it snaps, and we'll just repeat the same process. So we'll just continue doing that. Okay, I think that looks nice, and we'll do the same thing for this guy. So what we want to do here now is to I'll just go ahead and convert this one again to curves first, and we'll pick the spacing, drag it here, put it there, select our shape tool, and now that we have this converted to curves, we can just use nodes again, put it there, and I'll take my pick tool and we'll grab again the node here, put it there, and the shape tool again, create another node, then we'll put it there. I think that looks nice. And now we want the spacing, so I'll just go ahead and do this and then put it there. So I'll copy this and paste it because I need two now. Just go ahead and put it there. So now this is where it's different. So what I want to do is, because with these shapes I was trying to maintain the size, this one will be kind of different. So I'll just take the shape tool and then just go to the last which is the middle box shape there, the shape that we have there. Just create again another node there, just drag it there, create another one, drag there. So I want this one to snap here and I want this one to snap there. I think that will look just nice. Okay, so we are good with those shapes now. So I'll just maintain this one in the spacing because I still feel like we will need that again. So what we need to do now is to create if you notice the result that we're trying to get, there's that outline, more like a square that's around the detail that we'll write here. So to do that, we'll just go ahead and I'll just go ahead and reuse this again. So I'll just go ahead and copy and paste that one, so we have another copy of that. And now what I like to do is to remove the fill, so I'll just go ahead and click on this X here on the fill toolbar there. And what I like to do is to grab the middle node that will be there, just move it again against this box till it snaps. So after doing that, you'll be good to go. So I'll just drag this one to the center till it snaps again with that line, and then I'll be good to go. So I just want to repeat the same process with all the other remaining boxes, shapes again, but no longer boxes anyway. So I'll just go ahead and copy that, and we can just go ahead and move it again. Okay, I forgot to paste it, so copy, paste, and then I can just redo the same thing that I did with the top one. Copy and paste, Control C to copy, Control V to paste, and then I'll just do that again. Or you can just right click and then copy, and then right click and paste, but I just feel like that will take most of your time, and I'm really used to shortcuts now. So we'll just go ahead and do the same thing, and we'll snap it there. Okay, so now we have our overshares, but maybe I think I made a mistake there, because okay, please forgive me for this. I'll just go ahead and remove these guys first, because there's something that I have to do with this shape first that I need, just because I want it to be identical with the other ones. So the first thing that I like to just turn these corners into from square corners to something that is a bit curvy. So without it converted to curves, I'll just go ahead and select the shape tool there, and we'll just go ahead and grab one of these nodes at the corners and then just drag it in a bit till we have that curvy corner like that, and then we'll be good to go. So that looks nice. So now I can copy and paste it. Sorry about that, actually I'd forgotten about that. So we'll just go ahead and do the same thing again, and I'll just try to put it there. Control V, Control C to copy, Control V to paste. So I'll just be repeating the same process again. Okay, so now what we need to do is to let me just do this. Now what we need to do is to eliminate this curve here, because we want this and this to be joined. So we can just go ahead and extend this. So I'll just click it with my pick tool and then just extend it. And what you like to do is to bring it behind this shape. So on your keyboard with this one selected, just press Control and then page down. So Control page down, just keep doing that, and then as you can see it will go behind that shape. So we're just gonna do the same thing for the other shapes that we have. So just go ahead and drag them a bit, drag them inside again a bit, drag it inside again a bit, and now just go ahead and highlight these three and Control page down, and that'll move them behind those objects just like that. And I just want to do the last box here. So another way to do that, to actually put it behind an object, is to go to object, and you see where it says order, and you can just go ahead to where it says back 1, and then again you will move it to the back with behind one object that will be here, but that will take long. So I just like to use the keyboard shortcut, which is Control and page down until I have the result that I want. So now that I have this, we are good to go. So this is like the basic things that we really need. So now we can just, okay, I need that, I still need this guy. So what we need to do now is to try and have that 3D effect that was here. So we'll just go ahead and change this to the color that we want. So we'll just go ahead and pick that blue color that we want. We'll just go ahead and try and find it. We can just go ahead and play around with this. I think this is nice. Okay, maybe we can just make it a bit darker. Okay, I think that one. So the code for this is #0259C2. okay, this is the code for this. If you want the exact color, you can just enter this one and then you'll be good to go. So what I like to do now is to grab this guy. I'll just go ahead and duplicate him because I might need that shape again, and I'll grab this node, put it against the first node that we have here, and again the other node here will clip, and I like to convert that to curves. So I'll go ahead and select it with the shape tool and then right click, convert to curves. And what we like to do is to drag this node till it snaps here, and then we'll drag this one. I'll put it here first, and then I'll drag it till it snaps here so that you guys can see. So what we like to do now is to just go ahead and copy and paste. We can just reuse that. So just go ahead and click on this node and then just put it there, and I'm sure we can just copy and paste that again, but it won't work with the bottom one. So we just need to change a few things a bit. So I'll just go ahead and click again on my, select my shape tool, and then just put it there till it snaps, and put it there again, and we can just go ahead and put it there, and we can just go ahead and put it there again. So now this is exactly the same as the bottom one. So I'll just do the same until I have that. Okay, so for the middle part here, we're just gonna duplicate that. We can just use this one. So we just like to put it here, select our shape tool, and we can just snap it there, snap it here, and then snap it there. I'll move it here so that you guys can see, and then snap it here. Okay, so we're good to go now. So what I like to do is to highlight all of them, and first things first, I would like to remove the hairline now, and we'll just set this to black. We can just go with black, and after you have done that, we need to reduce the opacity of this, but we're just gonna try and use the transparency tool. So with this selected, all 5 of them, I'll just go to the transparency tool, click on that one, and then we'll use the uniform transparency. Just click on that one again, and as you can see, we have the effect that looks really nice. But I think I'll just increase the, okay, just go ahead and increase the opacity, the transparency again, sorry, I think to something that looks like this. Okay, so that will give us a nice 3D effect. It actually looks like our object is actually like curving inside, and then it will just turn there. So what we would like to do now is to select these shapes. We should have done this before. The actual box here, we just go ahead and click on that, and then remove the hairline. We'll just do the same for all the other ones. So none again, and then we just remove the outline. So we have our shape like that. But now this is the problem that we have now, so we can just try and fix that. So what we like to do now is to change the color of that. Again, make sure that it's on hairline, and then we'll just go ahead and use this. Okay, we'll just go ahead and, what can we do about these shapes? Okay, how can I highlight all of them? So just go ahead and click here, just drag my mouse. Okay, so I have them all selected here, and I can just change out the outline color. So we can just go ahead and click on that, and then we'll be good to go. So let's see if it looks well. That's not so good. So what I like to do is to give again outline. Maybe we can just set that to hairline, and we can just try and see what happens with that. And we'll just go ahead and click on that. Okay, that looks perfect. So what we need to do is to give our boxes hairline. So just go ahead and see hairline, and we can just change that to that color that we use. So we're just maintaining the same color, just to make everything look really well. So I'll just do again the same thing for this guy. Move it here, and we can just set this to hairline, and then the color to this guy, and then we'll be good to go. We do the same thing for this part. Change this to hairline, select the color, then we'll just pick that one. We'll just do this again to hairline, and then select this to that, and then we're good to go. Okay, so that means we are finally done with that, and I really think it looks perfect. So we're gonna use that one. So now that we are done with this, what we need to do now is to fill the whole document that we're working with. But I'm just going to use this rectangle that we created first time. So with it selected, I'll just go ahead and choose black, just like that. As you can see, that's our result right there. It's coming out. So I would like to change the middle, okay, this one, the guideline that I created. First of all, I just want to change this one to white, the outline color, so that I can see it now, because we're using black. And I'll change the vertical one again to white, since you're working with black. There are rulers, you can still see them, they will just change automatically. So we are good to go now. So what we need to do is to lock this rectangle here that we created, so that it won't move, because we want to use we just want to play around with objects here, so we don't want to disturb that. So with it selected, just go to object, and then just go where it says lock, and then lock object, and then you're good to go. So if you click on it now, it won't move. So what can we do next now? Okay, we're gonna try and add the logo. There'll be a transparency logo here in the middle. So I'll just go ahead and select the logo. So I have it already on a CorelDraw file. So if you want to use the one that I'm using right now, you can just go ahead and download it. The link will be in the description. So I'll just go to file and open, and then I'll just try and find it. Okay, medical logo, that's it. So we're just gonna use this one, but I don't like the color, so I'll just change it to a darker one, maybe this one, something like that. Yeah, so we can just go ahead and that. So again, with this selected, Control C to copy, go back to my document that I'm working on, and then Control V to paste it. So okay, I selected the wrong object, so just have this guy selected, and we can just move him, resize that with our with our pick tool, sorry. Then we'll just put it there. I think that's perfect. So we'll just leave it there. So what we like to do now is to reduce the opacity of this guy. So we can just go ahead and use the transparency tool again, uniform. But we don't want the transparency tool. Maybe we can just go ahead and okay, so we'll do about this later. But maybe we can just do it now. So I'll just go ahead and group this thing, because it wasn't grouped. Group objects, then select my transparency tool. I'll use uniform, and what I like to do now is just go ahead and have this selected, and we'll just go ahead and reduce it just a bit. I think that looks nice. Okay, perfect, something like that. Okay, so we can always adjust this again. So I'll just go ahead and lock this, because we don't want it to move. I think that's a perfect position. We just leave it there. So if we click it, it won't move. So now we can start entering the details, and we can try and see how it's coming out. So what I like to do is close this again, because I'm no longer using it. So, and then another thing that you're gonna have to download is the icons. So I have icons already that I'm going to be using for this tutorial. So I'll just go ahead and open them again. It's a CorelDraw file again, so small icons. Just go ahead and open that. So for this one, it's going to be using black ones. So I'll just go ahead and copy just go ahead and highlight all of them that I want to use. Copy that, then go back to MIDI, and I'll just go ahead and paste them. Just move them on top. Okay, so the first thing that I would like to put, maybe we can start with the email. So I'll just drag it to the midpoint of that square that we created, and we can just go with maybe the phone number. I think that's a good one. Okay, we can just put it there. Okay, it's not snapping. I'll fix that later. And then maybe we're gonna go with Twitter. We can just go ahead and put that one there. Maybe we're gonna go with Skype, and then maybe finally Facebook. Okay, so if your icons are not snapping, what you can do is I'll just go ahead and copy this guideline here, the white one. Just copy it, and then you just put it to the center of the overall box that's here. So as you can see, it's actually cutting through our square that we created at that time. So now I'll select my icon and then just grab its center and then just move it there on the edge of that line, and you can just put it wherever you prefer. So maybe we can just go ahead and do this, but another trick, we can just use one of these squares to give us what we want. So we just go ahead and select this guy right here. Maybe, okay, let me copy the vertical line first and then paste it. And what I'd like to do first is to remove this guy, the phone icon. We're just gonna use this one as a trick just to snap our icons in the same line. So just zoom in a bit, and maybe I can just have this selected, grab the center. Okay, it's not giving me what I want exactly, so maybe we can just go ahead and select this guy and just go ahead and copy the vertical, the horizontal one, and then just put it there. And I think that one is a good position, so I'll just go ahead and place it right here. Okay, I think that looks fine. So now I can grab my icon there and just put it there. It will snap to the center. The same thing with the Twitter icon. I'll just go ahead and put it there again. It snaps to the center. And I'll just go ahead and duplicate again this line here. Just put it to the center. Click on my icon for Skype, and then it will snap. So as you can see, they're snapping in the same line vertically as well as horizontally. It's not the same line, but it's a straight line. So it'll be the center of that, and we can just do the same thing for our last one, the mail. I hope it's snapped. We'll just go ahead and do the same thing. Okay, I think that looks good. So after doing that, we can just start entering now our details. So the mail, we're gonna start with just go ahead and select the text tool, then just click anywhere so that we can type. So for this project, we're going to be using Anodiwa doc. Okay, so the name of our client will be Anodiwa, and she's a doctor in this case. Okay, Control C to undo that. So she's a doctor in this case, so I'll just go ahead and click on that. So this is the text I was working with. Now I want to change the font to, maybe we can go with Century Gothic. I think that one looks well. So as you can see, I have the preview down here. So if you don't have the preview, just make sure that this icon here is checked, and then you see the preview. So you can use Century Gothic. If you don't have it, the link will be in the description for the mail. So I haven't finished this, I need to double click it. Maybe we can say add medi.net. I think that looks nice. So I'll just go ahead and reduce the size of that, and I would like to change that one to white. Then just grab it, we can just try and put it there. It's too big. Maybe we can reduce the size again, and I'll just grab its center till it snaps again. So that's our email for our client. So what we would like to do is to have our details snapping in one line again. So just go ahead and click on this vertical line here, the guideline, copy, paste it, or you can just move it, and then we'll just move it till it snaps with our text. So the whole idea is just try to put all the text in a way that it snaps in the straight line, or maybe we can just make it snap at the back. Okay, I think that one look much better. So just go ahead and grab that and then move it there. So I would like to have okay, before I do that, I would like to have a horizontal guideline on this part so that it works. Okay, so I have that now, and just drag it to the center, and then just grab the last node here, and then just drag it till it snaps with that. So I think that looks good. So this will be our email for our client, and now we can just go ahead and create the phone number. So just copy and paste that, and then just move it here, double click on it to add it, just highlight everything, and we can just write phone number that we can just use. So I'll just go ahead with 263-771, maybe 259-176. I think that's a good number. And again, I'll grab the last node here and just move it till it snaps, and then we're good to go. And we can copy and paste that. The reason why I'm copying and pasting is to just try to use the same font, and again the same color. So for Twitter, maybe we can say Anodiwa Twitter. So we can just go ahead and use that as the username, and we just drag it till it snaps again. Okay, it snaps. and then we can copy paste that, move it here. Now on the Skype, so we can just change the last part to Skype, and again do the same thing, just grab the last node. Okay, I haven't done that, so just do the same, grab the middle point till it aligns, and we just move it. Okay, yeah, that's where we want you. And I'll just try to zoom below. Yeah, copy and paste that, we just put that again there, and we can just highlight the last part. What's this one? Facebook. So we can just say Anadiwa face, and we can just move it maybe here. I think that looks fine, and we can just drag it to its snaps. Okay, it snaps, but oh yeah, it is. Okay, so that's our text. So you can just always adjust, make it maybe bold or something, or you can actually increase the size of the text if you want, maybe for each individual element. So you can just go ahead and do that if you like that. So just try and do that with the other ones, but the email, just leave it like that. So make sure that it snaps again and it's on the horizontal line. So you can just play around with the size of the text and stuff like that till you have something that you really like. Okay, so if it looks good, now you can go on. So after doing this, we would like to add the name and the position. So with this middle, the horizontal main guideline here, okay, I'll just change that one to red so that you guys can see. Okay, so we're gonna try to put the name on top and then the position at the bottom here. So what I would like to do is to create the name. So I'll just select my text tool again, and we can just use this one. So I'll just go ahead and copy and paste it to maintain everything, and we can just go ahead and write the name Anodiwa. We can just go, what can I go, maybe Jones or something like that. I'm not really good at naming, but you can just go ahead and create a name that you want, or you can even use your own name, still fine. So just go ahead and put this guy here, and maybe we can just use the same font, or why don't we just use caps for this thing? Maybe Anodiwa Jones. I think that way it looks better. No, I think so, but you might have a different view about that. So I was gonna try and put again the last part that we need, which is the position, and maybe she is a radiologist, so just go ahead and type that, and that looks good, and then put it here. Okay, I think that looks fine, or we can just try and move it so that it doesn't collide with our logo there. And now we can just go ahead and change the color of this to the same color that we've been using here, which is that blue. As you can see down here, it'll be here, so you can always use that one. So we can just leave it like that, so it will be Anodiwa Jones radiologist. Okay, so I think that's it for our business card. So as you can see, it's actually looking good. So now what you need to do is to just delete all the guidelines. So just go ahead and delete all of them, 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 and just delete the rulers here. We don't need them anymore. And there you go, that's your business card. As you can see, there's that nice effect there. If the opacity of this object is not really well, you can always adjust that, or even this one, you can always adjust it. So to unlock this, you can just go to object and then lock, and then unlock all objects. Now you can actually adjust the opacity of that. Click on the transparency tool, you can actually increase it, or you can actually decrease it, something like that. So just play around with what looks good to you, and then you'll be good to go. So good design is all about investing time in it, and then you'll be good to go. So that's it for this tutorial, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share, and always comment below and let me know what you think. So if you like my work, again, you can always email me, and I can always do something for you. So this is how you design a business card in CorelDraw, and I think this one looks really nice. And if you want back-to-back business cards, you can always just design again the same thing, and then at the back you can always put anything that you prefer, and for printing you just print back to back, and then you'll be good to go. So it's just the same thing, the same steps, and then it will be a good business card. So that's how you make a professional business card with CorelDraw X7. So again guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll see you again when we make another one.